Sometimes it lasts long, but sometimes it hurts instead. All right, sound testing. This is the audio check. So will we find someone like you? I don't know, but let's find a property like this. Hi, welcome to our three-tier protection property review. My name is Paul. Good to have you on this YouTube video. So, what are we reviewing today? This is the OMG, oh my goodness, One Marina Gardens. And how is this One Marina Gardens going to turn out over the launch that's happening in a couple of weeks' time? Let's see. Today, I'm going to go through this review, and these are all purely my own opinion of what the property is like, because launching in a new township here, there's a lot of excitement, but also a lot of uncertainty. We are not so sure whether this new township, is it able to perform like how it has been, probably due to the previous township success at Lentor area. But we are talking about this new Marina Bay area. This new Marina Bay area, I don't know. We are not sure. Am I sure? I'm also not sure, but we have done enough homework so far over the past 1 week. And let me share with you my honest opinion of how these pros and cons of how this project is going to turn out. But before we go further, we do know that over this past season, ever since the Northwood at Woodland launch, wow, with more than how many percent? 88% sold. 88% sold in just a day. And we're also looking at the Chuan Park, which is by the developer, Kingsford, and also Ori and Toa Payoh and Tampines, the recent one, also 87% sold. And with all these launches at their early preview, 80% sold at the launch day. How is this One Marina Garden that's going to be launched soon going to turn out? Well, let's see how the public is going to receive this information. But we need to find out more about this project first, and let this YouTube video serve as a guide to let you understand in a nutshell what this One Marina Gardens, OMG, is going to turn out and whether it serves your needs or not. Okay, a quick disclaimer here, just to make sure that these are all purely my opinion. My name is Paul Teo. I'm a licensed professional with one of the largest agencies in Singapore. However, whatever I share, the information are as accurate as of the date of the video that is produced. Please don't come and scold me any information that is wrong. I do my best to provide as much accurate information as possible, even from URA sources. So if you want to have further information, please do speak out to any licensed professional to give you the latest update. Whatever I share in this video, these are all purely my own opinion. So who is launching this development? My dear friends, Kingsford. Yes, Kingsford is a solid and trustworthy developer with all the track. Okay, these are records. I wouldn't say that over the past couple of years, many years ago, there was some information about these two development that the workmanship wasn't as much to expectation. But you know, developer change like people, right? We are given second chances, we develop, we become better, we improve over time. That's what life is about, right? We keep improving, isn't it? Improve. Okay, I also improve. That's why I'm doing this property review. And usually in our 2 hours webinar, we'll do a lot of property coaching and planning, but less of a property review, because since some of you all asked for the review, so I might as well make a video so that you guys can get the best information and share it out there to as many people as possible so that you all can benefit from this short video. Is it short? I don't know. Let's see how this video turns out. See, improvement from Kingsford, Water Bay, and Hillview Peak. Wow, Normanton Park. My client who bought this development, very happy with the project itself. Why? The workmanship was excellent. In fact, the design and the workmanship, everything was up to standard. And in fact, it exceeded their expectation, because when Normanton Park was launched, it was a very sensitive period for the developer, and they were under the eye of authorities to best produce the good workmanship in terms of quality layout. And they won prizes. And subsequently, the hill at One North as well, which I did a radio review on 938, it was also a phenomenal project, well received by the public, and hence also the award-winning Chuan Park as well did so well, 76% at launch day, and The sales is still increasing. And so now Kingsford is going into OMG. Oh my goodness. One Marina Gardens, 936 units. So let's go into this development so far. The address itself is as Marina Gardens Lane. Yes, our dear developer, Kingsford. What we are looking at is a central area at District 1. And this District 1 is considered under Marina South area with land size of 131,805 square feet in total of the plot and 2 tower blocks at 30 and 44 stories with commercial shops. How many? 3 commercial shops downstairs and 1 huge mega restaurant, totaling of 8,733 square feet with also a huge mega childcare of 5,300 square feet childcare. And all these tenants have yet to be confirmed and they will be more disclosed along the way. And total car park wise, because we are next to an MRT, the fact that we are next to an MRT and we are expecting this project to be targeting at quite a big number of investors and probably for those homestay KINS, what do you call it? Dual income. DINKS, DINKS. Very interesting. This dual income, no kids, DINKS. Yes, no kids, couples staying over there because the mix of the 2-bedroom later I'm going to show you. The layout is actually quite nice, but let's take a look at layout, then we do the floor comparison itself. So that's why hence there's 445 units, which should be enough for a central region project. Ample parkings to go around. As mentioned, the MRT Marina South is not opposite. It's just next to it. You can just literally connect from the exit 4 to it. So TOP in 2029 with the CSC in 2032. So what are we looking at the units mix? Just remember this, roughly approximately about 70-30. So what is 70-30? 70% with mostly 1 and 2 bedders. And their 2 bedders are very decent layout. Okay, and a huge mix of close to 45% of them. And the dual keys are also very attractive. Okay, however, later on we will see also in terms of the unique mix, how different it is. If you look at the 4-bedroom, again, not much, only 40 units. However, the size is mega, huge. It's very huge, 1,006 square feet. And take note that this is a harmonized. This is a harmonized project. So whatever you see later on, which I will do the floor plan review, will be able to let you see the exact usable space of each individual layout that I'm going to show you one by one. Total 937 units in total, a considered a rather mega development in this central district. So let's go through a few things here. We'll be going through a few key segments. We'll be looking at the location, transformation. We will do a quick pricing compare as well to the expected starting from launch prices that's going to happen and what are the resale prices asking and going for. Then we'll do this. This one very interesting. I'm looking at this Bayshore versus Bayfront, which we just received information based on the latest land bid that was acquired. Let's see later on. Bayshore versus Bayfront, which is the better bay. Okay, put your bets for the better bay. Later we'll go through that. So let's look at the location first. Where are we? Singapore, north, south, east, west, central. Okay, even northeast as well is a very popular growing district. Woodland recently launched over here, and also Chuan Park over here. Tampines recently launched over here as well, and also there's Alta launched over here. About central region, 11 planning area on the central region. We zoom in, not the 11 areas, but zoom in the central region here. Central region here at Marina South. Okay, Marina South. Central region, central area, smack in the center, Marina South Estate District 1. And what are the key landmarks that we are looking at? You see, here, if we zoom in, this is, oh my goodness, One Marina Garden over here, with the Marina South Pier over here. This is the famous Flower Dome. Whole world knows Flower Dome. Whole world also know MBS. My wife knows MBS very well. Okay, other than the shopping. Marina Bay Financial Center over here. This is the icon Merlion over here, Esplanade. And we know as a fellow Singaporean, even if you are not a Singaporean, you may have known some of these icons, the MBS and the Flower Dome, which is very iconic. And we are having the view towards this MBS and the Flower Dome at OMG over here. Here, this is the map. So apart from all these iconic landmark, we have the famous Lau Pa Sat, Merlion Park over there, MBFC, the Marina Pier. Marina Barrage is also a couple of minutes away. Okay, there's 2 MRTs nearby at this new Marina South Township. Okay, take note, ours is next to the Marina South TE, Thompson East Coast Line 21, TE 21 line, OMG here, Gardens by the Bay, MBS, Flyer. These are all common iconic landmarks in Singapore. And most people who know Singapore by all these famous landmarks. And of course, our river as well. Here we are, the MRT, where we are. Marina South here. This is the TE line, where we move from the Marina Gardens Bay over here and towards the Marina Bay area, Marina South. Let's look at the future township of this location. What is the possible transformation that's coming up in the years to come? As mentioned, it's a new township. Most people buy into a new township. We need to understand how is the area well planned? How is the area going to be transformed? And what are we expecting in this new township transformation? Of course, as a property investor, as a buyer, all these homeworks are very important for us to find out. And let this video guide you step by step. What are the key points to be looking for? And finally, then I will give you my own 3-tier protection rating review of what I personally feel what this development in terms of the overall score is. Woo! Not bad, huh? Wow, this URA, you got chance, you go URA, okay? But the parking there very expensive. If you take MRT there, go URA. Go and find out all this master plan. They have the entire Singapore all mapped out with all these small models, all the small models. It's very fascinating, in fact, to watch. And you look at this entire city living, we call it a 10-minute neighborhood. Okay, all this extracted from URA. 45 hectares with more than how many? 10,000 new homes that's going to be manifested over here in this new township. As one of Singapore's first integrated township, there will be mix of residential, retail, offices, hotels, and also iconic landmark Gardens by the Bay and also MBS in the foreground, with an elevated land bridge that links all the way from the Marina South, Garden by the Bay, and all the way to the coast here. You can see, can link to the coast and you can go to the gardens. It's an elevated landscape bridge, very beautiful. Wow, this one is putting in a lot of money, man. I tell you, government really putting in a lot of money. So if government putting in money, should we follow where their money is? No, I mean, I let you decide. But when the government promises deliver, the question is only when. How soon are these phases going to be developed? Let's understand better. Okay, Paul, this one overhead. We also have another underground pedestrian link that also possibly have shopping malls underground also to make the walk convenient. And you know lah, we like to walk and like to shop, walk and shop, because this is a new live, work, play, grow township. And this is what we like about this 10-minute neighborhood where everything, anything is all within a couple of minutes, including going to the casino. No lah, go casino for what? Go casino, go and see only, just enjoy the energy of the wealth there, right? No lah, Singaporeans, you all need to pay. But if you are a foreigner, I think you bring passport. You bring passport, you can go in and gamble already. Hey, but don't ask me. I never go in before. So don't ask me. Okay. For more information, speak to your friends who frequent the Marina Bay Casino. Okay, go back to the township. If you look at all these township, the connectivity is there. There are town squares all around this area here. Community nodes and common spaces for us to network, come together and enjoy the cross ventilation that's happening. Later on, I'll show you how this architectural design makes this new development and including this township a lot of nice cross wind and ventilation. The connectivity in the new township is very important because we do not want to be like some neighboring Asian countries where they are towering blocks, then end up, it feels like a huge urban jungle. That's the last thing that we want. And in terms of the greenery landscape, it breaks down the form of this township for us to enjoy the nature experience. And at the same time, we talk about this, the elevated landscape bridge. Elevated landscape bridge over here. And there'll be a neighborhood street, which will probably rival some of these Asian towns where it's going to be hustling and bustling with people. And it's important. I mean, I'm not a feng shui expert, but we all do know in a new township, in a new development, the energy, a new energy, the positive energy, a mix of young, vibrant crowd coming into the area is very good. The positive energy is very good and it uplifts the whole environment, because environment is not just about the house, it's about the people who make up the environment and how the urban new design is going to live this modern township, probably capturing the envy from the eyes of our neighbors that, wow, this is so beautiful. This is a new township. It's going to be very exciting. And I'm not surprised that there could be foreigners coming in to pay 60% ABSD for this development and coming into this new township. Let's see. So as mentioned, a 10 minutes neighborhood from where your home is. You have community spaces, you have food, groceries, you have essential services, live, work, play, do your sports, do your yoga, do your jogging, do your gym, make new friends. You have childcare, you have healthcare, everything that we care. Okay, this is how the government has designed this new township to make it attractive. Put it this way, if they don't design this township to such an experience, how are they going to sell the land more and more expensive, right? Okay, the key word here is this. It's not about selling it expensive. It has to be of value. When the government redesign a new landscape, a township, it has to take care of all the basic needs and more. And on top of that, as we are going to launch plot by plot, later I'll show you plot by plot, how 16 plots are going to be released over time. And that is where you will understand the more detailed this design and development of this township is, the more it will attract more people to come in. And I'm not surprised that even I myself, as an OCR, RCR lover, putting in more attention to this could be the new way of living, a central way of living. You see, this is the new township. We are not talking about 10, 12, 13 plots. We are talking about 16 plots, my dear friends. 16. Why is 16? 16 is 1/6, right? Okay, break down the 16 plots into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 residential, and the rest, white sites commercial. Not only commercial, white sites is this, White site means, you see, mainly used for commercial, hotel, and even mixed residential. So it could be a development of a few. Okay, all this you can find from the URA master plan, but definitely one thing for sure. The difference between a residential plot and a white site definitely costs more because of the mix of use. So when we buy in to a plot that is firstly launched into a new township as what we call a first mover, with white sites going to launch at a way higher per square foot price, what do you think our chance of protection is? And to mention, first harmonized plot to enter this new township, and it has one of the nearest direct access to the MRT here. Marina South MRT exit 1, 2, 3, and number 4 integrated next to, oh my goodness. That's why this development is called, oh my goodness. This development is awesome. But we don't know yet. We don't know yet. It's all about the township. It's all about the location, Paul. Can you share with me more about this project itself? Let me understand more. What is this, oh my goodness, all about? And then we talk about important thing, pricing, right? We talk about pricing. The pricing here, we are going to compare with the neighborhood resale pricing because this is a new township. How are we going to compare a new township development with new development in the OCR, RCR? We do have good comparisons though. Of course, with neighboring RCR developments, new launches in just these couple of months, rocketing to 2009, even exceeding 3,000 per square foot. If RCR is going to develop, is already sold at 2009, 3,000 per square foot, what about this central district, central area launch at Bayfront is going to be? Let's see. I just use some example here. These are some, okay, this one very messy, but I just give you a very simple here, okay? If you look at the sale, Marina Bay Residence, Marina Bay Streets, and Marina 1 Residence, which are all around the District 1 district launches, all the launches here, in fact, you can see, okay, their first mover, in fact, all increase. All increase. What I mean by first mover? Okay, it is very important for you to understand. Okay, this is the location here. But the launches has not been happening recently. It has been over a couple of years already since the other one, MOR, launched in 2014, and we are looking at 11 years in the making. The first one, of course, the sale in 2004, borrowed by MBR 2006 and MBS and Marina Bay Suites at 2009 and so on. And even if we look at the sale from day one, although there are some reports and news about the sale losing money, which is a fact, the very truth is that those who bought at the first mover in the early days, they still have a hefty profit when buying at day one launch. So what does this mean? It could mean from the possibility that when, oh my goodness, in a new township is launched, if we manage to get at the right price at day one launch, it could spell a very safe protection, provided we understand other details using the three-tier protection analysis correctly. Then we make our judgment call, do we want to go for the lucky draw, which is the day one balloting. So of course, the recent ages, as mentioned already, 2008 was the last one at the sale, followed by Marina Bay Residence, Marina Bay Suites, and the MOR, TOP. It is more than many years in the making. But we look at the recent resale transactions happening within this area. Okay, oh my goodness, it's over here at Marina South. But ours resale will be looking at just the next area here, which is still within the District 1 zoning. So I'll show you some of the average per square foot, average PSF, and also the maximum per square foot that is transacted. If we look at a range here, it's very easy for you just to remember. Okay, I look at the sale first. Okay, the sale range from 2000 to 2008 per square foot, and these are all transacted numbers. Okay, who is our next friend? And our next friend is MBR. MBR here, over here, 2001 to 2005 PSF, and the other one, Marina Bay Suites, 2001 to 2009 to 2001. Okay, this one is bigger units. That's why the per square foot is lower also as well. And of course, the MBR also at 2002 to 2007 per square foot. And looking at all these highest PSF range, let's say we take an average around here. For these old developments, most of them are more than 10 years old. If our price is going to be very sensitive at the day one launch, and if you manage to get a good balloting number, how safe is your chance of protection? Let's see using the three-tier protection later on. A quick review of the asking prices of the rental, because if we are going to buy a product that is safe in terms of the absolute per square foot and the quantum, we also be looking at, if we want to rent it out, what are the kind of rental demand. Okay, by the way, for District 1 is one of the highest rentability area, which means the turnover for rental demand is very high. So as a landlord, you may not need to worry more than 2 months or 3 months that your unit may not get rented out if it's at the market price. So if you are looking at a quick range of what is asking already right now in today's market, 2025, we have a range of the resale units looking at 4,000 to 5,005 for the one bedder. For the two bedder, we have a range of 5,008 to 7,004. Three bedder range from 8,000 all the way up to 13,000, and four bedder looking at 10,000 all the way up to 17,000, and all these are within this District 1 zoning. So if we look at the future plot that's going to happen in the next couple of seasons, with likelihood, this one, with not likelihood, this one may be launched again, but we don't know yet. But as of now, because last year, URA actually rejected a PPR of 984 per square foot PPR by GoCo Land. Well, why did they reject? Okay, very simple. If today you can afford to hold your land, and you know the future of the land prices will keep going higher and higher, would you sell your land cheap and compromise your subsequent land prices in the future? And that's why the governing body is very strategic. Let me drink some water. Talk about government, must drink water. You would want to be able to price your pricing very strategically so that every plot that you release wouldn't want you to elevate the value of this new township by selling every land cheaper? Or would you like to price it in tune with the market, every plot higher, especially when we have a lot of white sites over here as well with commercial mixed units. There's going to be probably even hotels and mixed development. We don't know yet. Definitely it's going to be very exciting. But the fact that this reserve land, there are high rise of up to 44 stories estimated and also low rise of 44 with commercial spaces of 6,000 square meter. The other one that is next to, oh my goodness, is slightly smaller. Ours is 131. This one is 64,000, 131,000, 64,000. And with a high rise of up to 30 stories and 10 stories. You compare ours, 131,000 square feet land, with a high rise of up to 44 approved and another mid floor, which is also very high floor, 30 stories approved. Which one proves to be a better plot? And ours is next to an MRT as well. And also the first mover, first launch in this new township. What do you think? Let's share a little bit more about this Bayshore and Bayfront development. What is this Bayshore and Bayfront development all about? Okay, let's take a look. Do you know that there's another area called Bayshore at Upper East Coast? And it was only just released a couple of days ago. Congratulations, Singhai joint venture. Top plot for the Bayshore at 1388 PPR. So how does this concern us? We are, how much? I calculate. I use calculator now. I use calculator. 1402 minus 1388 is $14. Not 14,000. It's $14 PPR higher. So what does this mean, my dear friend? This is Bayfront versus Bayshore. Bayshore is extreme. Not extreme. It's out of RCR, more towards the OCR skirt, District 16. But if they are going to launch, let's say 1 year's time, redevelopment, planning, today, if our units are mainly going for 2,000 plus, 2,007, below 3,000, 3,000 each PSF. But the price is $14, right? I mentioned, right? $14 PPR difference. How are we going to accept the future Bayshore prices higher than Bayfront next to Marina Bay Sands view with Garden by the Bay? Higher price. But of course, people will buy. You know why? As every launch gets sold out, the next plot just gets more attractive. That's how launches in Singapore work. But let's use this as an anchor. Okay, let's use this as an anchor as a overall tier protection. If a new township that we are entering right now is $14 PPR difference for versus an outskirt location, how safe are we? Let's look a little bit more about this development. Yeah, I say our neighbor. Hello, neighbor, MBS. Hello, Flower Dome. Where is the flower? Okay, flower over here. Wow. This is the pier over here. Or you can see so many mega plots, white sites. Hey, you cannot imagine, when we were looking at this area here, remember the time, it was all reclaimed land. But how Singapore has manifested right now, excitingly, a new township over this entire Marina South coast. You do the imagination, my dear friends. I want to share with you more about this development. Okay, this development itself, the developer actually done up energy consumption as one of the primary source of in this development. It wants to improve energy efficiency in the long way of making this development sustainable. What do I mean by sustainable? The low energy building itself, because of BCA green hallmark, it will become the baseline of standard which developments in all Marina South area will need to achieve. And they are very encouraged, developers are very encouraged to adopt measures to have a higher standard of energy efficiency, benefiting both the owners and the residents, reducing energy consumption, and so on. And the tropical architectural, okay, I'm reading from the script because this one, no, this is developer style. I don't want to pretend that I'm the architect, but this is the requirements from URA, and they want developers to adhere. to this kind of condition with the tropical architecture, the natural ventilation, and also minimizing the solar gain, which they have solar panels coming in for this development. And you can see this wind flow. This courtyard topology is very good because the wind flow across this development is very uniquely designed. This inclusive neighborhood, well public realm and landscape, developers will have this courtyard typology for their development because we want to enhance the wind flow and the energy flow also for the residents, and also the development does not hinder the public, and it's a very beautiful sight as the public walk by and to witness and enjoy the experience of this beautiful development. We are very encouraged because of this, I wouldn't say low rise, a high rise and low rise development. It will encourages the wind flow. You can see all these are available on the website, and I can send to you all these articles for you all to better understand how the architect designed such creative energy and wind flow for this development. So if we to go into these two blocks right now, we look at the unit mix here. Where are the one bedder here? And typically, usually one bedders are stuck in between, but this one, okay, all right. We have this view over here, and this is the entrance of this development, and also the one bedders over here. And the other two bedders will be over here, this development here. This one stack 18, not bad. Okay, stack 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, stack 4 also not bad. And we also have the dual key units over here. Three bedrooms, 3 bedrooms unit, and also the 4-bedroom premium units over here. As you can see, 937 units, only 2 blocks. That's it, only 2 blocks. And these 2 blocks, 30 stories and 44 stories. Okay, you can have a view of this artist impression over here. This is where the courtyard is. Our entrance, drive-through entrance. Oh, very beautiful, the iconic drop-off point. Oh, you imagine the view. This day view is nice with the gardens by the bay, the flower dome, and also MBS, and with the flyer in the foreground. It's beautiful Of course, day view nice, night view, imagine it lights up even nicer. I cannot imagine myself running gym, man, with all this Bayfront. Imagine the energy. Loving this view, I mean, nothing wrong in facing a small swimming pool, but we are talking about MBS view, the entire Marina Bay view under your feet. And when you do your gym, okay, I'm a gym lover, that's why the view is very, very motivating to keep us excited. Energy at play, my dear friends, energy at OMG. Oh my goodness, this is definitely beautiful. Okay, you talk so much, Paul. You're selling this development. I may or may not be selling this development, but most important, you get a good review of this development, right? That's the whole idea. So now we look at the layout also. You look at the layout. How is this layout is going to be like? Let's look at this. Let's look at the one bedder from 431 square feet. Okay, the unique selling point is rectangular. Let's take a look. Okay, it's rather regular, squarish, very squarish. And your balcony is also very squarish. And depending on your view here, the decent, you can put a 4-seater over here to enjoy your outdoor dining, because the dining here, they put a very comfortable 2-seater, 3-seater here. Okay, decent size master room with a Jack and Jill master bath. Actually very regular, nothing to complain. Okay, if you want to, you can add an island here for island dining as well. Then you can do the outdoor dining over here. Very regular. Master room is spacious. This is a king size space. A king size space. And this is the layout that is facing over here. This orientation, by the way, is towards the northeast. And this one is SW. Okay, this entire 2 blocks orientation is this way. Okay, it's hackable. This wall is hackable. Why? Because some of them, they want to redesign this into a, let's say, for example, into a studio unit. Then you can have the flexibility of opening up this whole area. Come and take a look at the show flat. We will show you how beautiful this layout and the finishings are. Okay, let's look at the 2-bedroom. It's a very effective dumbbell layout. You come in with the foyer over here. And it's very rare that you have a proper enclosable kitchen over here, because most of the 2-bedders here, they have an outdoor kitchen. Then you have to walk past the kitchen area. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but if you have an enclosable kitchen, usually it's more practical. And you look at the bathroom over here, very functional design. It can be considered as a dual ensuite. What is a dual ensuite? Means both you can connect to the bathroom. Very effective layout. And your balcony over here, depending on your view. This one is the view that's facing inside the pool. Very, very lovely. Okay, very effective layout from size 667 square feet. And remember, this is a harmonized one. This is a harmonized layout itself. Okay, let's look at the three-bedder. This one a bit more exciting. This three-bedroom premium, very beautiful layout. You walk into the foyer, it is a private foyer. Okay, from here, they even have a dry kitchen area here. Let me look at this. They have a dry kitchen over here, and you have the wet kitchen in place. And for those who need a helper or additional storage, you have the household shelter over here. And for your helper, okay lah, you want to put her here, can lah, but don't close the door lah. Okay, you let her rest here. So that's why in demand, usually helpers not too tall. The requirement, okay lah, but just saying. So you have the yard here for your helper bathroom. A very beautiful 6-seater that you can occupy, and a very nice landscape design. Landscape design, horizontal balcony overlooking the view. This will be towards the Bay Gardens view. Very beautiful over here. See? And the bedrooms here. Okay, this one non-hackable. These two walls not hackable. If you want to convert your bedroom 2 and 3, this one is hackable. You can make it into a mega room itself. And your master view together here with the view, depending on which unit you are facing. This one is the facing over here, which is the Bayview Gardens. Very beautiful. Arc landscape design. Walk-in wardrobe. And you see all these aircon ledges are not counted. You see, all these aircon ledges not counted because this is a harmonized project. You see, harmonized one. So whatever you see here, these are all the usable space that you are purchasing. All the usable space. You can see, harmonized. Starting from 1, 2, 3, actually it's a very huge layout, very functional, huge layout. And if you manage to get a good unit there, depending on your balloting number, it can be very good. Well ventilated master, yes, this one I want to emphasize a little bit more. Well ventilated master and common bathroom as well. Window, very important. Of course, this one then we go to the 4-bedder. I don't know why they build such a big one. But there's only one stack, you see. There's only one stack at stack 19 here. So 1,006 square feet here. Probably these are for those really who like the location and they can afford this kind of price. They will like the kind of huge layout and size because you see you walk in, yeah, they don't have penthouse unit. These are all, the largest one is 1,647 already. Okay, biggest already. You walk in over here, household shelter by the side. Okay, your living is huge. Your dining 8-seater. Yeah, they probably like the kind of huge entertainment area with a balcony view that overlooks up. Your junior room over here, this one is a junior ensuite. Over here, master is side by side. Junior ensuite side by side. And your dual, this one can hack. If you want to hack, then can make it into a 3rd bedroom, mega 3rd bedroom with the common bath by the side. Oh, actually the kitchen also quite huge, you know. Wow. But I'm just thinking because the household shelter is here. If let's say we need another helper's room, then we have to do it here. Yeah, we have to do it here. Because it's not connected to the yard. Unlike the other 3-bedroom here, right? The 3-bedroom here, you see, the household shelter is here in the kitchen here, together with the helper's bath at the yard. This one is a yard at the back. Okay, no aircon ledges. This one is here. No, the aircon ledge, this one cannot go out, you see? The usable space is here, you see, here. Here. Okay. So you have a helper's bath here, or powder room, we call it probably a powder room. Oh, it's too big. Actually, it's very big. Ventilation. Here, we have proper ventilation out here. The junior don't have, this one is mechanical vent. Master is out here. Common bath is out here. Dual view towards the Marina Bay district and also the partial sea view. You come to the show flat, we will give you the better orientation from the show model. Then you can see the overall view also. If possible, once the drone view is out, we can send it to you as well. Okay. So, okay, finally, my dear friends, let's come to the 3-tier protection rating review. And in our GAP method webinar, what we usually do is we have a 3-tier protection review for you to review. For example, is this district the right district for us to be looking at? Is this district safe? What are the potential and growth of this district? Then we look at the overall project. Is this the right project? Does it stand out among other projects in this district that's going to launch? And finally, the peers. What are your neighbors going for? What kind of units will be the most desirable and choice units? I share with you my own opinion, and let's see how we can have a rating score for this. Oh my goodness, OMG. What is the rating that we will be looking at? So in terms of number one, let's look at the precinct. This precinct here in terms of transformation, very positive. Will be giving a 8 out of 10. Why? Because there are so many plots, 16 plots. There's 15 more plots that's going to launch. So there's a lot of huge transformation, and it's a new township. And based on the heat map itself, yes, the resale demand and rentability is very strong in the District 1 itself. In terms of heat map, we always want to find out what is the demand going for in the neighboring district. So for rental-wise, also very strong. The rentability in District 1 is one of the strongest as well. So rentability and rental yield both equally important, but rental yield will also depends on after minusing off your maintenance fee, your property tax, and to see what floor of the unit and the view that you'll be getting also. So it's a bit more subjective, but the rentability in terms of rental demand, there will always be tenants looking for. Entry price. Okay, we are very attractive entry price, but it depends on what is the unit that you're getting. I wouldn't say 8 out of 10. It really depends. It depends on what is the price that eventually you get for the balloting. And if you do manage to get early prices and comparing to other resale that are already transacted, you could be in for a very safe protection if you manage to get good balloting number at the entry price. And in terms of exit, we are not so sure yet at this point how the government is going to release more of the plots in time to come. It could be this year's time. I know they are preparing for 2 more plots that's going to be launched. It depends on the take-up rate of the developer. And subsequently, if the take-up rate is good, if the development is going to be priced higher and higher, there may be more and more launches very quickly in just a couple of years' time. So as more and more launches comes out, our protection definitely safer. But as of now, there's no immediate guarantee of the exit. However, there are protection of the resale units that's being transacted here. So I will give it a safety score of 5 out of 10 for the exit. And you may be looking to hold this unit probably a little bit longer than 5 years to see how the transformation is going to happen and how this district is going to have more and more units to protect your price. Okay, with that, we go into the project itself. And a developer track record, you know lah, Kingsford coming back into the market so aggressively, so strong and award-winning with such great reputation come great responsibilities. I will give it a consistent track record right now that is maintaining a 8 out of 10. And what's going to happen? The launches, as mentioned, there's 15 more plots that's going to be launched with 2 more plots that's going to ongoing for bidding. I will probably give it a 7 out of 10, depending on how soon and what kind of price they're going to be take up. And the overall unique selling point of this development, a tower block, 30 stories and 44 stories. The first one next to an MRT, definitely you cannot miss. And we'll give it an 8 out of 10. And finally, for the peers, what are the kind of choice units I'm looking at? If you could, developer mentioned, they have a very healthy mix 70-30 and mainly are the 1-bedder, 2-bedder. But if you can't afford, probably go for the 2-bedder layout because the 3-bedder also is desirable, but depends on which unit you get based on your affordability price. So if you can go for the 2 and 3-bedder, it will be very desirable in terms of the overall layout, the efficient use of space. We will be looking at 8 out of 10 for the right unit for those facing, example, those facing the gardens by the bay. But if you are facing the unknown plot, in my opinion, we don't know. We don't know what's the unknown plot going to be. It's going to be new developments, hotel, etc. for the white side. Let's see. So let's see what you're facing is in terms of overall orientation. I'll give it 5 out of 10, depending on what you're facing. And who is your neighborhood pricing? Your neighborhood pricing, as we do know, okay, 980 PPR that was launched, bidded, but not sold. Government protected the price. Then again, Bayshore sold at 1388 PSF, a PPR, $14 cheaper than ours in Marina Bayfront location. I think our pricing is safe. Okay, our pricing definitely is very safe compared to also future plots that's going to launch. And in terms of efficient layout, my take for the 2-bedder, 3-bedders are very efficient. Okay, you can take a look, come and see the show flat and see how efficient use of this harmonized development is. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Overall rating, I would say this development, depending on your balloting luck also, I will give it a 7.5, 8 for an overall rating of this development. And let's see, once you come and see the show flat, we will use this, we'll send you this checklist. We can go through together depending on your choice of units, and also to help you do your financial calculation first to see what is safe and what is your holding horizon timeline. Okay. The preview is confirmed, my dear friends. It's going to be next week. You don't need to go and see the show flat at the first day because usually it's very packed. My recommendation to you is book a weekday slot in the afternoon. You have more time to go and take a look at the show flat. You know, you don't get chased out. Oh, 1 minute left, 30 seconds left. That's usually how overwhelming responses launches are. So you want to take your time to really feel and to have a talk with your consultant. What are your concerns? What are your challenges in experiencing the show flat, the layout, and developer and energy of the public going in as well? So these are the indicative price that's going to be launched from the 1 beta from 1.16, 2 beta 1.8, 3 beta 2.45, and 4 beta 4.45, and so on. So with that, you want to find out more information, my dear friends, booking is on the 12th of April. Speak to any of your trustworthy consultant to book a show flat appointment so that the person can let you experience the unit in person, so that we can use a proper checklist, a 3-tier protection checklist. I'll send you this 3-tier protection checklist to make sure that we remain very focused and clear what is the rating of the unit that we are aiming for. Okay, with that, don't have a consultant, you can always use this consultant over here. I talk too much, but for the purpose of this video, more information is better than less information here. So I try to make this video as entertaining, as engaging as possible. Entertaining, I'm not so sure lah. Very individual lah. It's up to you whether you like or don't like, right? You don't like, don't spam me lah, don't scold me lah. But at least if this video can provide you a little bit more honest insight of how I personally feel about this development and in this season, what is my personal rating and some of my top choices unit as well in this development. Scan the QR code, get in touch with me, say, hi, OMG, hey, Paul, OMG. Then I'll get in touch with you over a short Zoom call or maybe just a simple WhatsApp video call. That's it. Okay, I've come to the end of this review here. Very happy to be doing this review. I know a lot of times when we are given the send the brochure and given the project information, we hardly really have time to sit down and to go through this. I hope watching this video, I hope you don't drive and watch. Okay, but if you are watching and driving, just listen. Listen so that I can share with you more information while listening as well. Or you can just put it at the comfort of your home when you are just having time and just watch this through easily. But remember, whatever it is, remember to take action. Scan the QR code, get in touch with me or any of your trustworthy consultant. Let us plan your property properly for you. Okay, with that, this is Paul Teo, and I hope to see you in person soon. See you.